Hi, Robin Dufour, physical therapist, and I just taught a class online, and we had a really good discussion about disc degeneration and movements that we can do throughout the day to create more space for our discs. And I just want to show you this slide really quickly. This graph here, okay? So this is based on a study that was done in 2015, and it says the percentage of abnormal findings on lumbar spine, so in MRI and CT images in healthy, pain-free people. Okay, that's really important. All of the people studied with images, okay, with MRI and CT images of their spine for these purposes of these studies were pain-free. Okay, so I want you to take a look at here. So these lines, the red line, that orange line represents people in their 20s, okay? And today we're just going to talk about disc degeneration really quickly. So healthy, pain-free people who get an MRI or a CT scan in their 20s, about 30% of them already show signs of disc degeneration, okay? Does that mean that there's something like there's a disease in their disc? This is what drives me crazy when the report says degenerative disc disease, okay? It is not a disease. It is a natural process of aging and time, okay? That would be like calling wrinkles a disease. It's not a disease. It's a natural process that occurs over time, okay? But we're going to talk about what that means and what we can do about it, and we're going to make it really quick, and I'm going to show you something that you can do every day to help create more space for those discs that naturally lose their squishiness. They naturally they become a little bit more leathery as we get older. It's not a disease. It's a natural process of aging. Look at this. This yellow line is people in their 40s. Pain-free people in their 40s. If you have MRI and CT, we're up to about over 60% of people, maybe 65% of people in their 40s their report is gonna say degenerative disc disease. Not a disease, natural process of aging. You get up into the 60s, that number is going to be pain-free people, okay? That number is going to be up to toward 90% of people in their 60s, no pain, who have a supposed degenerative disc disease. I'll say it again, not a disease, natural process of aging. People in their 80s, we're looking at 100% is going to show disc degeneration, okay? I'll link this into the video, but we're going to stop sharing the screen right now. So, all right. So, okay, great. What can we do about that? So we have so many muscles in our core, in our ribs that lift our ribs. So if we're always living settled down into our seats, okay? We're standing, we're sort of like, here. We're sitting, we're here, okay? That is going to make a problem with those discs that are degenerating a little bit, which all just means they're losing their squishiness, okay? They're still there. They can still do their job, but they're not as squishy as they used to be when we were kids. It's just a natural process. So I'm going to show you about the simplest thing that we can do. And we're going to get a little bit tricky here because it's kind of fun to do it this way. You could have weights in your hands or you could have no weights in your hands. It's fine either way. But you're going to take a crossover step and you're going to reach and lift those ribs, okay? You're going to come back here. You're going to take the other foot, cross over, reach and lift those ribs. See, my hand is going straight up overhead, not over here because that's going to crunch down my other side, okay? I want both sides to be long, and what I really want is to make all of these strong muscles in my back and all the strong muscles that surround my rib cage and connect to my pelvis. I want those to be stronger. Okay, this is a really, really fantastic example of core strength. Okay, crunches or sit-ups, they're not going to give you that core strength that you need posturally throughout the day. So this is like an amazing, simple activity that you can do throughout the day. Sprinkle this throughout the day. Practice crossover stepping and reaching up. Crossover stepping and reaching up. I'm going to stand a little bit closer because I really want you to see something here, okay? I cross over and I'm not just stopping here. See, nothing happens if I just stop here. I'm going to go like that, as though I've like got to get something out of the closet and I'm just not in the mood to go get a stool. Okay. So I'm going to lift those ribs, lift those ribs. What are the ribs attached to? The sternum. Okay. So we're lifting the chest. What else do the ribs attach to? The spinal segments, the thoracic spinal segments. Okay. So that's a direct lift. That's a direct space creator for those discs that begin to lose their squishiness or degenerate naturally in our 20s. All right, there you go.